This is an unsolved case and an ongoing investigation. We are by no means trying to solve in any way, and everything in this video is based on available public information. If you have any information regarding this case that could be helpful, please contact law enforcement. Welcome to 8MC Investigations. If you're new here, we put out videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe. Check out our library. You're sure to find something that you've never seen before, and hit that like button if you want. It surely does help. For early access and lots of exclusive content coming in 2024, have a look at our Patreon. We offer a free trial over there, so make sure you take advantage of that. The link is below. That being said, I would like to thank all of our members. You're truly appreciated. Okay, enough rambling. Let's get into it. First, a moment of silence for the victims in this case. "35-year-old Krista Rogers was a mother of 5. One of those children was with her boyfriend at the time, Brooks Houck. He runs a local property management company in Bardstown, Kentucky. She and Brooks started dating after Crystal rented a house from him. Now, I'm not going to get into the rumors of their relationship, but from what I gather, Crystal was thinking about breaking it off with Brooks. On the 5th of July, 2015, Krista Rogers' car was found with a flat tire abandoned along the side of the Bluegrass Parkway near mile marker 11. Her keys, phone, and purse still inside. With no sign of Crystal, she would be reported missing. When questioned, Brooks said on the 3rd of July, he, Crystal, and their son Eli went to spend some time on their family farm. That weekend was pouring rain. Probably didn't make for a great getaway. Brooks says that after they returned home, the last thing he remembers of her is that she was up playing around on her phone as he went to bed. When he woke up the next day, she was gone. He didn't really think much of it.
So you go to bed, she stays up. What's she doing?
She's just on her phone.
So she's on her phone, messing around, doing whatever. And you go to bed. Do you know what time Eli came to bed, or she put him into bed?
I don't know. I don't have any idea. I probably woke up around like 6 or 7 o'clock.
So you get up between 6 and 7, and where's Eli at when you wake up?
He's next to me.
He's in the bed with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so when you wake up, he's there, but Crystal's not.
She's not.
If I woke up on a Saturday morning and my wife wasn't with me, the first thing I would do would be to call her to find out where she was.
It was noted that Brooks did not participate in any of the searches, and there were many, for his missing girlfriend. He said that all of his efforts were behind the scenes with the sheriff's department. And as you can see on this footage from a police interview on the 8th of July, just days after Krystal Rogers went missing, Brooks doesn't really seem very distraught about the situation at all.
I wasn't even alarmed. I was for sure the girls were doing this to me on purpose.
The full police interviews of both Brooks and his brother Nick are linked in the description below for those that want to see how those turned out. Speaking of his brother Nick, well, Nick is also a police officer in Bardstown, and he happened to call Brooks in the middle of the police interview. Let's see how that went.
Can I get this?
Sure. Can you come over?
No. I'm up here. I know that you didn't know I'm up here in this interview with the Detective Snow. Are you telling me that's what I need to do? I'm not. I know that. But the way that I look at it is, I'm innocent. I ain't done nothing wrong. Well, I know you told me innocent people have got jammed up, but if you're telling me to leave, I'll get up and leave. If you want me to, I know I'm going through a lot, but I'm trying to get this guy to help me. I don't think she's ran off with some other guy. I don't believe that. You can't make me think that. No, I'll do exactly what you're telling me to do right now. You want me to get up and leave?
Of course, Brooks followed his brother's advice and finished up the interview. That same night, the two brothers met up and took a trip out to the family farm. They spent a few hours out there, and what they were doing exactly is unknown, but certainly suspicious. Given all the suspicions, Nick was called in for an interview on the 15th of July, and like his brother, seemed very apathetic about it all. He was also asked about the trip he and Brooks took out to the farm.
We're going to call it like it is. Mm-hmm. Is it you don't want to remember, or can you remember?
I can't remember.
Okay. Because this is what's happened. You made a phone call. He was up here. Within 2 hours of him leaving here, both of y'all were on the road, on the way to the farm, and the camera shows that. Mm-hmm. Time and date stamped. Phone call. Time and date stamped. You're out there. What went on while you were out there at the farm?
Yeah, if I knew, I'd tell you. I mean, I wish I could give you a detailed written statement. I don't know.
And investigators also confront him with the fact that testing found bodily fluids in the trunk of his police cruiser. It reacted to luminol.
You ever heard of luminol? You ever been in any kind of criminal investigation
yeah, oh, yeah.
classes? All right, do you know what luminol is used for?
To find blood.
Okay. Or other
Bodily fluids.
fluids.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Why would your trunk look like a Smurf if they sprayed it? Why would it fluoresce? The
I mean, it looked like Chernobyl. There's a couple spots in your trunk and that blanket, just lit up like Chernobyl.
There's only one way bodily fluids can get into a trunk. That's if a body's nearby, right?
Well, after all of this, Nick was asked to take a polygraph test, which he didn't show up for. Eventually, he did get in there and take the test. Here's how that turned out for him.
Well,
No.
you already told me that. That's why we did the polygraph, to find out. Well, now we both know.
I told you what now?
You told me before you had nothing to do with it. Right?
Yes.
Well, now we're past that, because I've already shown that you did have something to do with it.
I don't know what the
I
test.
just showed you.
Okay,
I just showed it to you.
but I'm telling you, I did have.
And I'm telling you, you're lying. I mean, I can't make it any... I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but I'm just telling you the truth.
That's what I'm doing to you. I'm telling you the truth.
No, you're not. We're past that.
A couple months later, Nick Houck would be suspended, the main reason being the call that he made to his brother during Brooks's interview. And a month after that, he was fired altogether.
Yesterday, Thursday, 9 o'clock in the morning, we had an administrative hearing concerning the employment status of Officer Nick Houck. That hearing was closed at approximately 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Since that time, the mayor's been considering the evidence and information that's been presented. Earlier today, he issued a final order, which I believe you all have a copy of, and that order terminates Officer Houck from the Bardstown Police Department.
Right around that same time, his brother Brooks was named the primary suspect in the disappearance of Crystal Rogers. Search warrants were executed on the Houck farm and properties of Brooks and Nick. Since 2015, there have been multiple searches of the farm and properties. As recently as mid-October 2022, the FBI conducted a search in which evidence has been sent to the lab in Quantico for analysis. Now, law enforcement has been very tight-lipped about what they have and have not found, but it seems that something new is brewing in this case. And in a statement from the FBI, they say that they hope that the evidence collected at the Houck family farm will move their investigation forward. Now, this is something that you can draw your own conclusions on. The father of Crystal Rogers, Tommy Ballard, was out hunting with his grandson on their family farm on the 19th of November, 2016. Keep in mind, Tommy was heading up the search efforts for his daughter. Well, around 6:50 a.m., in the middle of a field on that property, Tommy was shot in the chest in front of his 10-year-old grandson. Tommy would succumb to his injuries before paramedics arrived on the scene. Neither his nor his grandson's rifle had been fired that morning, and it is still unknown who fired the shot that killed him. As of this video, the case is still unsolved. Take that as you will. I find it very strange indeed. Rest in peace, Tommy Ballard. Let's take a look at where we're at now. The FBI took over the investigation of this case in 2020 and since have conducted multiple searches in and around Bardstown. There were more than 150 federal agents that served search warrants in August of 2020 at 3 different sites owned by the Houck family, focusing primarily on the family farm located in Bardstown, owned by Brooks Houck's mother. In 2021, the FBI searched a subdivision where Brooks Houck owned property. They even dug up a driveway and hauled debris off in trucks. When the 2021 search was concluded, the FBI stated they found several items of interest. They were sent to the lab in Quantico, Virginia for further testing. They must have found something because on September 27, 2023, Brooks Houck was indicted with the murder of Crystal Rogers and tampering with evidence. He's being held on a $10 million bond. Brooks filed a motion to reduce the bond, and it was denied, and he is now being held at the Oldham County Detention Center in Bardstown. 2 other men, 53-year-old Steve Lawson and his son, 32-year-old Joseph Lawson, were also arrested in connection with the disappearance of Crystal and charged with conspiracy to commit murder and complicity to tampering with physical evidence. If Steve Lawson sounds familiar, he was the man that Brooks mentioned and called during his interview with detectives. And something about that call didn't make sense to the detective conducting the interview.
I just want to tell you I'm sorry about everything that's going on in your life, brother, and I got you in my prayers.
I said it is a very difficult and trying time, but I appreciate you you saying that. But hey, I need your help while I got you on the phone here. Do you remember the other night you called me really late, and I forgot what you asked me. Can you I guess we wasn't on the phone. I might have been tired. I know it was pretty late at night. Can you remember what you asked me or what you were after? I can't remember.
Yes, sir, I can. I called to ask you for them numbers for a house.
Oh, for a rental house.
Yes, sir,
And,
I did.
and what did I forgot, what did I tell you?
You told me that you would call, what's her name, Katie or whatever, she handles all that.
Crystal.
Crystal, okay, I apologize.
Yeah.
And she said she handles all that, and that you would get back with me on it.
All right. Thank you so much now.
Hey, if there's anything I can do, you give me a call.
Thank you. You have a good night now.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay. So that begs a question in my mind.
All right.
If she's in the truck next to you when he called, why would you need to call her about getting numbers for rental
Because
property?
being that late at night, we're headed to the house. You know, I just wouldn't. She normally is not going to deal with stuff that late. And I mean, I probably didn't even look at the phone to see who it was calling me. I'm sure I just answered it. You know.
But he said you told him that you'd need to call her.
All right.
Why would you need to call her? I mean, that's an odd phrase for someone who's sitting next to you in the truck. Do you understand? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. But I mean, that's what if that right there is what I told him, that right there is what I told him. We wasn't on the phone that long, but normally I would just, she handles all that, and that's what I would do. She's not going to want to mess with that kind of stuff that late. I'm sure I'll probably try to answer the phone really quickly, so that it wouldn't, a lot of times after I get moving, Eli goes to sleep, you know. Sometimes he goes to sleep in the truck, sometimes he doesn't. So if you want to call him, you got his number and everything. If you want to call him, you know, you can call him.
Investigators are still looking for evidence to link the Houcks with the death of Crystal Rogers' father, Tommy Ballard, and also with the ambush death of Officer Jason Ellis in May of 2013. The FBI is awaiting test results to come back on the firearm that they believe was used to murder Tommy Ballard, a firearm that was purchased from Nick Houck, who used a fake name when he sold the rifle. At this point, nobody has been charged with either of those deaths, and Crystal's body has never been found. Brooks Houck's next court date is set for February of 2024, and we will update you with any pertinent information. I want to thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next video.